Right now at noon, police investigate a fatal shooting in Joplin's downtown bar district.
And we are tracking cloudy and cool conditions for us today, and then more thunderstorm chances, the potential for severe weather later this week. The latest coming up.
Plus, the results from a years-long investigation into Liberty Utilities are delayed once again.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A deadly weekend shooting in Joplin's downtown bar district leaves one man dead. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Samantha Walker. Officers were called just before 2 a.m. Saturday to the 500 block of South Joplin Avenue. When they arrived, they found an adult male in a parking lot with apparent fatal gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say the suspect fled before officers arrived. Authorities say this remains an active and ongoing investigation. Anyone with information is asked to contact Sergeant Jason Stump with the Joplin Police Department. We'll continue to follow this developing story and bring you updates on air and online at KOAMNewsNow.com. Well, an 18-year-old is under arrest after police say he pointed a handgun at someone inside a Miami park. According to the Miami, Oklahoma Police Department, officers were called to Miami Splash Pad Park just before 10 p.m. Friday after a reported altercation. The caller told dispatch a man wearing a red hoodie pointed a silver and black handgun at them before running from the area. Responding officers located a suspect several blocks away and identified him as an 18-year-old. Police say he was taken into custody without incident and a firearm was recovered at the time of his arrest. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we had a foggy, cloudy, cool, drizzly start to the day. You could see from earlier this morning in downtown Pittsburgh, you can see the fog. You can see just it was kind of dreary out there. Temperatures today a little more seasonable. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line from this morning. Again, cloudy skies, roads trying to dry out, but still some slick spots here and there. Look at the numbers. Saturday wasn't bad. Sunday a little cooler. You can see where our average high is. We're a little closer to that, and then we're going to start to warm right back up again. We started yesterday at 40, so above normal, and made it to 57, so only a few degrees above normal out there. We did get some rain so far. For the year, we're still down 1.5 inches. We need more. I have more of it's on the way. Isolated to widely scattered showers through the evening, and again, this is not laziness. This is just our temperatures. Wherever you are about 6, 7 o'clock temperature-wise, you're going to kind of just level out. Could get a rumble of thunder or two overnight. Not worried about severe weather tonight into tomorrow morning, but starting tomorrow evening through the rest of this week, we do have some concerns. We're going to break it down for you in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. Joplin firefighters respond to a house fire at the 1800 block of South Virginia Saturday morning. On arrival, crews faced heavy fire at the front of the home. A photo shared by the department shows intense fire engulfing the home and a vehicle. Residents were able to get out safely, but did suffer minor smoke inhalation. The Joplin Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Well, Saturday morning, Academy Sports on South Rangeline in Joplin was closed for a period following a pepper spray incident. Joplin police say an unknown suspect or suspects entered the store and sprayed what appears to be pepper spray. Captain Austin Wolf tells KOAM Shannon Becker no one was individually targeted. The spray was released into the store, causing customers to quickly exit the building. Joplin Fire and Met's ambulance responded to treat several people for exposure. No one was transported to the hospital. The store was shut down for decontamination, and investigators are working to determine who was responsible. Police say no suspects were located as customers rushed out of the store. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Joplin Police. Well, Missouri utility customers face another delay as state regulators push back their investigation deadline for a third time. The Missouri Public Service Commission has extended its investigation deadline for Liberty Utilities to March 6th. Missouri utility customers must wait around another week for answers from state regulators. The utility investigation probe began 1 year ago after customers complained about billing and service problems. Commission staff have issued 22 additional data requests since September and continue monthly meetings with Liberty officials. The commission originally planned to complete its report by September 30th. The deadline was moved to December, then to February 27th. Staff say they could not meet the February deadline due to continued discovery and other business. The investigation covers Liberty's electric, gas, and water utilities throughout Missouri. Well, trout season is officially underway in Missouri. March 1st was the start of the state's trout catch and keep season, which runs through October 31st. Crews will stock Hickory Creek with rainbow trout for the opener Tuesday at Morse Park in Neosho. Fishing will begin at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, this year the water is low. It does make it a little tougher on trying to get to the spots. The fish that's been put in here is trying to, find the deeper pools and currents. And it's just a little more challenging this year for anglers, but there's fish in there, and they can come and spend some time down here and catch some fish.
Remember, trout anglers need a daily trout tag to fish in Missouri's trout parks. Well, coming up, the Pentagon held a press conference this morning for the first time since the U.S. launched attacks on Iran. The latest details on the conflict. And later, we're making a batch of Triangle Hat cookies in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. U.S. military officials say in an operation launched against Iran Saturday, the U.S. and Israel forces hit more than 1,000 targets within the first 24 hours alone, with plans to carry out more strikes over the next several weeks. But Iran is striking back on U.S. targets in the Middle East. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in a news conference this morning laid out the mission of what the Pentagon is calling Operation Epic Fury.
Destroy Iranian offensive missiles, destroy Iranian missile production, destroy their navy and other security infrastructure, and they will never have nuclear weapons.
Secretary Hegseth would not give a timeline for how long the operation will last and said while there are no U.S. boots on the ground in Iran now, he declined to rule it out.
President Trump ensures that our enemies understand we'll go as far as we need to go to advance American interests. But we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years.
The defense secretary said the purpose of the strikes was not regime change, but noted the regime did change with the death of Iran's supreme leader. The Trump administration has called on Iranians to now take back their country.
Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America and death from Israel.
Iran is striking back, launching drones and missiles at allies that host American military bases in the region. While the U.S. has intercepted most of the incoming, the Pentagon said 4 U.S. service members have been killed.
We expect to take additional losses, and as always, we will work to minimize U.S. losses. But as the Secretary said, this is major combat operations.
The Pentagon also confirmed that 3 Air Force F-15 jets were shot down by friendly fire in Kuwait. All 6 crew members safely ejected. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
General Kane said the U.S. has already achieved air superiority over Iran, with much of the focus now on taking out Iran's ability to strike back. Iranian attacks have killed a number of civilians in Israel and other Middle Eastern countries. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Today we're opening my grandmother's recipe box. Just wait until you see what we found tucked inside.
And we're tracking thunderstorm chances with the potential for severe weather, ironically, during Severe Weather Preparedness Week. We're going to break it down for you when the KOAM News at noon returns.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
To the KOAM News at noon. And we have a foggy, dreary, drizzly, showery start to the day. Quick look at that from earlier in downtown Pittsburgh. And again, you can see the clouds. You can see that haze. You can see that fog. A little bit of a dreary start to the day. Now, we're going to start talking about where our concerns lie. And this is where it starts with our thunderstorm outlook. So what we've got this evening, overnight really, a few rumbles of thunder possible. Not worried about that. This is a level 1 out of 5 risk tomorrow in southeast Kansas, but in reality, this is going to be late evening tomorrow into very early Wednesday. And for Wednesday, and we're going to get into the future track, and I'll show you here, This 1 out of 5 risk here, I think, is going to end up, this won't be updated until tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, but I think it's going to be backed up a bit to the north and west, given some new information that's come in through the morning hours today. So here's a look at the future track for this afternoon. Again, that low pressure moving on out. We have those mostly cloudy skies to just straight up cloudy skies in some cases. Now, if you get some clearing this afternoon and it's long enough, you may get a little warmer than everyone else, but the majority of us are just going to kind of hover in the upper 40s and low 50s throughout the day. After 6, some isolated showers start building in, and those will continue into the overnight. Could get a rumble of thunder here or there. Not much to these, and we're not concerned about them. A few more of them, especially in the eastern half of our area towards sunrise on Tuesday, and then it starts to wind down by mid to late morning and clear out a bit. So over the next few days on our extended, when I show that to you as well, you're going to see AM and PM on the same day, and that's going to be in these situations here. That's today, tomorrow, and Thursday, where we'll have activity in the morning, dry out during the afternoon hours, and then see return of activity in the evening. So that's what that AM and PM on the same day means. It means during the daytime hours, we shouldn't have much going on. We'll have activity in the morning and into the evening hours. So let's continue the future track through Tuesday. We start heading into the evening, a few more scattered showers. Now initially, and this is why I'm saying the level 1 out of 5 we showed you for tomorrow is really for late tomorrow night into early Wednesday, because as you can see at this point, this is not too terribly impressive. In fact, it even winds down a bit. But at 4 or 5 a.m., we start seeing new shower and thunderstorm development, and some of these showers and storms could be strong, potentially severe. By 7, we've got one here, western Crawford County, back toward Coffeyville, Newata, Bartlesville, a few shower storms into Greenwood, Elk, Chautauqua counties out there. And then this complex, again, this is one computer's interpretation, but it is something that through the updates, even during the morning hours, it's something that's a little more concerning. It's gotten bigger, it's gotten more organized, it's more pronounced on here. This is about 9 o'clock Wednesday morning, so it is something we'll watch for that potential for additional severe weather. That complex moves out. Then we're left with some scattered storms throughout the day on Wednesday, not expecting severe weather with that activity. But by Wednesday evening and into the overnight, we start seeing new thunderstorm development that begins to take place. And some of these storms could be strong, potentially severe overnight into early Thursday morning. And then on Thursday, it's another one of those days we get this momentary clearing, and then it returns again late Thursday into early Friday. And some of these storms could be strong to severe as we go into the first part of our Friday. Now, by Friday afternoon, early evening, we should see this kind of breakdown. Remember, this future track is painting a broad picture of where rain could be. But after about 6, 7 o'clock Friday evening, another round of storms gets going, and these could be severe as well. Our greatest concern for the severe weather is with this activity Friday evening. We're looking at maybe a line of storms, which increases the damaging wind risk, but isolated spin-up tornadoes along that line are a possibility as well. So it's something we want to watch. Now this continues overnight Friday into the first part of our Saturday, which is another situation we want to watch because additional showers and storms on Saturday, some of those could be strong, possibly severe, before this system begins to exit overnight and into early Sunday morning. So as of right now for Thursday, there's a severe risk off to our southwest, but by Friday, this is again what we're worried about. There's only 2 categories on the extended severe weather outlook, and they don't put these out this far out unless there's really good agreement with the computer data that an event's going to happen. Now, with our severe weather chances this week, all hazards are possible. The Wednesday, Thursday storms and Tuesday night into Wednesday looks to be more of wind and hail, but an isolated tornado is possible. But Friday is the day we're really watching, especially Friday night into Saturday morning. So we have possible alert days Wednesday and Friday. We do start warming up, mid-70s tomorrow, 60s, 70s for the rest of the week. Those thunderstorm chances out there, maybe a few showers Sunday, and then we clear out with another cold front by next Tuesday, dropping our temperatures next Wednesday to about 40 degrees. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. I know we've definitely needed this rain, but I know we're not looking forward to the possible potential severe weather, but I know it's something we'll keep an eye on. We'll stick around. We're making Triangle hat cookies in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. You probably recognize these cookies, but they go by a lot of names. This batch is taking the name the recipe maker's grandchildren gave to them, the jelly-filled sweets. Howard shows us how to make Triangle hat cookies in Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
So often the best recipes are the ones that have been passed down from one generation to another. The ones that taste great and bring back all sorts of memories. Let me share with you a recipe that my grandmother made, which she called Hamantaschen. Us kids called them hat cookies since they look like little triangular hats. I remember she began by creaming together butter and sugar until it was light. Then she added a few eggs, and once those were mixed in, she added flour, a little bit at a time, along with a bit of baking powder and a touch of salt. Once the dough came together, she let us help her roll them into balls, and then we flattened them out like this. In the center of each one, she'd carefully drop a teaspoon of canned prune or poppy seed filling. She said those were for the adults, and the rest of them she filled with our favorite jam. Then she pinched the edges up on 3 sides, so it sort of looked like a pirate's hat. And into the oven they went. I still remember her taking these out of the oven and us kids staring at them until she gave us the okay to try one. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for my grandma's triangle hat cookies so you can share one of my all-time family favorites. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with Kelly, where today we found my grandma's special way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4 state market prices.
All right, again, upper 40s, low 50s today. Evening showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Breezy tomorrow, warmer thunderstorms. Tuesday night, really through the first part of our Saturday, we do have that threat for strong to severe storms with possible alert days Wednesday and Friday. All hazards possible. So with this being severe weather preparedness week, today's the day to make sure you've got your plans in place. And of course, we'll keep you updated on these storm chances.
Definitely something to watch this week.
Bet.
Well, thank you, Chris. What do you have coming up for us tonight?
Well, lots coming up at 5. For starters, new research from the American Cancer Society adds to a troubling trend. Rates of rectal cancer are rising as more young people are diagnosed with the disease. We're going to hear from one survivor about the early warning signs. Plus, tomorrow is Election Day in Kansas. We're going to take a look at what's going to be on the ballot. And it's Read Across America Week, the nation's largest annual literacy celebration. We'll take a look into how one local library is joining in the fun. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up tonight, KOAM News at 5.
Well, those all sound great. Thank you so much, Dow. Well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us for KOAM News at noon. Have a great afternoon.